Hi, how are you? I wanted to post this kind of where I am, what did I learn type of video about this channel. Today it's 11th of August and I posted my first video on 26th of April. So it's been a little bit over 3 months and I have posted 25 videos. Well, it has been fun and I've learned a tremendous amount of things. First of all, I started to think about this and we quite much decided that I'm going to do this when we were in our trip in Barcelona, celebrating that we both, my husband and I, turned 50. And it started from there. And that was the first video about that trip, about the moods in that trip. It was very like a good place to start. But the first technical issue that hit me was that my voice is very fragile, or it actually isn't, but I have a different level of voices. So if I'm having this kind of a like more intimate, more close, more confidential conversation, I use a lower voice. And if I have to like speak to the crowd or to multiple people, then I use the other voice that sounds basically like a teacher. But I had to like go and get a mic, and I did. But the first was lousy and the second was not very nice either, and then I got my third. But I was really lucky because we could have that kind of store in the city that they allowed you to test the product at home, and then you can go and switch it for another product if it's not good. So it didn't cost me much to play with the microphones. Other technical issue was the lighting. It's said in many videos that you can use a natural light and be in front of a window, but it didn't go well either because the daylight is shifting all the time, and if it's spring, the color is the light of the sun is different than in the autumn, and in the winter we don't have a sunlight. So I ended up, because I filmed the video with the daylight, and then there was a cloud, and then there was no cloud, and it was shifting all the time. The picture was moving. I managed to film a few bits like fine, but then there were a few that were just disastrous because of the changing all the time. So I ended up putting a light over there, filming with a lamp instead of the sun. And there are other things that you only know if you try to film something. For example, there was I had this very lovely blouse with a red and white pattern, and I talked that blouse on about 45 minutes about relationships. And when I watched it, the whole picture was like Minecraft. There were little like pixels going on like dee 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 dee. So it was infuriating, and also my face started to look like a Minecraft. Something happened with the camera. I use my phone to film, but it couldn't deal with my blouse. So that's a lovely blouse, but it's not for filming. But there are these small technical things that I know sounds boring, or if you are making videos, it's not boring, but if you're just watching them, then it sounds a little bit boring and picky. But overall, the video quality is going to be so bad that I think that you are not listening anymore what the person says, but watching what's happening. Why are these like pieces going around the picture, or why is he now like blue and now he's or why am I now yellow and now I'm blue, and that kind of things. But it was also fun to learn where to film and how the camera picks up different things that your eyes do. Then of course I watched loads of videos about this young man talking about editing softwares, and there are a few few that you can use for free. So I started to learn from that and learn to edit with these free programs and apps, just to get the odd parts out. I'm not really a editing type, or that's not the nature of these videos. But that may be another issue of another video about my motives of starting this channel in the first place. But where am I now? That's the interesting question after 3 and a little bit more months and 25 videos. So I have 571 views in total, which is a insane amount of people that have watched my videos, and they have watched it 34 hours in total, which is close to a working week. So I know that those numbers are quite low to some people that expect millions of people and millions of views and lots of money and that kind of things, but to me it's quite rewarding and astonishing that actually somebody has sat down and watched the whole work week of my videos, of these 25 videos, and that I'm grateful for. And 5 people have subscribed to my channel and 1 has left already, so I have 4 left, and I'm really grateful of that. But as you know, if you want to move forward in this channel thing, then you have to have a certain amount of subscribers and certain amount of view hours. So if you find yourself looking at my videos every once in a while, then subscribe, and that will tell the YouTube machine that these videos are worthwhile. But there has been some interesting phenomenons and some hiccups. So my first grand mistake was to make a video about school shootings, because there was someone in nearby, and I felt the need to share my feelings and try to get in terms with that, and I know that a lot of people suffer from these kind of things, and just share the thing. But my channel got hidden immediately. It wasn't anymore shown to anyone, any of my videos, and it was just a flat line. Nothing happened. And I thought that, okay, this was something that YouTube doesn't like people talking about if they are not somebody who has millions of followers. So then somebody actually looks through the video, or I think this is my theory, that somebody actually looks through the video and decides if it's going to be published or not, or banned, or whatever. There are this terminology that is somewhere vaguely in my head, but I'm not comfortable in using it because I don't know it that well. And then a few weeks after, the channel started to normalize again. Then another interesting thing was that when I was in Singapore, I made a video about Singapore, just not the usual traveling stuff that go here and go there and have fun and eat here, but just my feelings and thoughts about the country and what was it like to be there. And it was watched very many times, and the audience was in Singapore. So usually when I look at the graphs, of course there is United States is a very big portion of these few viewers that I have, and then there is Australia and UK, and then to my surprise Netherlands. If I had to guess in advance, I wouldn't have guessed, but I thank you for watching my videos. And the other surprise was that the most watched video of these 25 is the video that I talked about funerals, because I had been in funeral a few days before, and it brought back a lot of memories about different funeral that I have been, and it was something like 150 views, which is quite a lot if there is like in total 571 views. Or yeah, that was the number. Because of course these numbers are changing hopefully all the time. But that was the interesting part, that I thought that nobody wants to watch that, because it's a funeral is a little bit difficult subject, and you usually don't look that kind of information if it's not somehow like acute to you, if you are not going to the funeral, or more maybe if you are not arranging a funeral and going through that stuff, somebody dying. So that really like woke me up, thinking that people don't want to watch just funny things and those young men making all kinds of stunts and cats playing, but they want to watch videos about funerals. And that was something else that really like opened my mind to think that if you want me to talk about something, then I have plenty of things to talk about that are not funny, that do not involve cats or young men making stunts and funny editing, but real life stuff. Real life stuff then, like funerals. Well, there are plenty of things happening all the time, and there is so much in my head that I want to talk to you, but let's go one thing at a time. And of course there has been a few comments, and I thank you for those. And I have replied to those comments, and mainly those comments have been very positive. I have also received an emails, and that really encouraged me to go on and really be myself, be who I am, and not try to be somebody else. Because of course that was one thing when I started, that you all have seen those ladies doing makeup videos and hairstyling stuff and something like that. I have sometimes watched them just for fun, just to relax and just try to know what's going on. And of course when you turn on the camera, you suddenly look quite different than you look in the normal lighting and normal setting. I have tried to adjust. So I'm a very conservative when it comes to using makeup, because of my work and because I'm a mom and because people gossip. So I'm very conservative. But if I put that kind of makeup on, it looks like I have no color in my face at all, because there has to be some more light to be able to catch features and not to look very tired. So I try to make myself look like they look, because they look all natural, but it's far from natural because of the lights and because of the camera. And it didn't go well. You can see from my first videos that I look a little bit weird, if I put it out bluntly. And then I try to slowly find some middle ground. So, but I just have to powder, and I understand that they must have boxes of powder in their face every time that they turn on the camera, because otherwise people look like real people and their faces shine and they look a little bit sweaty and everything like that. But I stopped trying to look like them. I just try to enhance my features a little bit so I don't look one dimension in camera. And that was another thing to learn and to accept. And of course, making these videos and talking to camera has become easier video by video. Of course, there is, if I have some kind of a few weeks in between for some reason, then it's not so easy. But it gets easier all the time. So, but overall, I'm very happy that I started this channel and started to make videos. And it has been fun, and maybe even more so than I thought. And I will definitely continue. And maybe in a distant future, I can actually reserve more time for this, to make a little bit of research and think about more what I talk about. But it would take that kind of amount of views and that kind of amount of subscribers that I would be taken seriously by the YouTube, and they would pay me for the adverts that they show in and before and after and in between my videos. And that would make it easier for me to reserve more time for this from my normal job. So if you are thinking about whether to subscribe or not, please do. That would help me a lot. And maybe get this project forward. But it only has been 3 months and a few weeks. So it's a really short time. And it's a really short time considering that YouTube is trying to, or their engines are trying to find the people that wants to look this kind of videos, but they don't have any idea what these are about. So it takes time and repeat and repeat and repeat that the right viewers can be found and my videos can be suggested to them. So I'm patient, and I think that 571 views is a lot. It's more than there are pupils in my daughter's school. Although one thing I have told to them, that they cannot watch my videos until there are enough viewers, so that YouTube algorithm doesn't think that my videos are made for teenagers who look at different kind of videos. These are not. These are made for grown-ups, for adults, for people that think these kind of things. Young people are very fortunate that they don't have to think these kind of things. But that was the situation of my channel at this point. But if I just look at the videos that have the most views in my channel, they are the about funeral, that talks about funeral and why people act strangely at funeral. Not a very sexy subject, or not very dynamic. And then there is this about Singapore, that people from Singapore went to watch, and I thank you for that. And the third is why I read books. Peace of mind, sleeping and reading. How are they linked to one another? So at this point, at 571 views and 4 subscribers, I thank you for watching my videos, this and the previous videos and the future videos. And I'm so happy to have this opportunity to start a new thing, to learn a new thing when I turned 50. I hope you have a great day. I see you soon. Goodbye.